This is the video for the 3D printer. I did a lot of research online before this arrived so that I could figure out how to use it. Here's the plastic filament that you're going to use to extrude through the tip. Some people refer to the 3D printer as similar to a glue gun, except for the plastic filament dries harder and it extrudes a lot easier. This is similar to that because the 3D gun is actually going to melt this plastic. This is the 3D printing gun. Okay, it's pretty simple to use. It comes with a really good manual, 3D pen instruction, operator instruction manual, and it tells you what everything is. This is where you're going to plug it in on the end, and this is where the filament, once you have it plugged in and heated up, you're going to be able to put this down here, and it's going to go down through the pan and come out the other end extruded. Okay, on the top here, these are the power indicators, temperature and power indicator. That's the LCD screen right here is where you're going to be able to see the temperature. And these actually, this loads the filament on the side here, and on the other side, this is the speed controller. And you can see that the speed controller is very simple. It just slides. It's a little bar that slides. The most dangerous part of this pan is up here. This is where it's going to get hot. Just like a glue gun, you're going to get burned here if you're not very careful, so keep your fingers away from that. Now, the very first thing I'm going to do is I researched to see what people were doing with this unique pen, and a lot of it, people were just making blobs in the paper. I thought, no, I really want to make this work. So I found some patterns, and actually coloring books are the easiest thing to do, where I can do the shape and then put like I want to do a butterfly where it's folded in half. So I'm going to turn the video off, and I'm going to heat up the filament so it's ready to go, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got to play with the 3D printing gun long enough to find out you really need to control your speed. This is faster, this is slower. If it's too slow, it won't go anywhere. If it's faster, you can't control it, and then it comes out in bubbles. And this is what makes it go out, and this is, you're taking it back out if you want to change colors. What I was able to do, my first attempts were kind of rather pathetic. Yeah, that was my first attempts. I kept making mistakes and falling apart, and I thought, I'm never going to get this. But then I got one butterfly, my very first one, and I was trying to make it 3D with the wings, you know, like flapping. Yeah, good luck with that one. But I tried it again, and what I did was I took the cartoon paper of this butterfly and I just traced around the outside of the butterfly, and then I did 2 sets of wings. See, 2 sets of wings. And the trick was I had to keep 1 set of wings down on the paper and then do double layers in here and then put the antennae off. But you see, you can actually make things. So I'm going to try to do that again while I've got the tape rolling. So if I blow it, that's okay, but I'm going to give it a shot. I already have this heated up. When you look at it, oh, it's gone to sleep. When you leave it sit down, it goes to sleep. This will tell you your temperature. It's gone up to 185 and the little green light's on, so it's ready to go. So all I'm going to do is push on here, but when I'm drawing my butterfly, I need to make sure that the pen is touching the paper or it's going to move all over the place. So here I go. I'm going to start on this, and maybe you can hear me. You can. I've got it really slow, so I need to move it up a little bit more. So you just literally draw with your pen on the shape of the butterfly wings. I'm doing the top ring. I'm just touching the paper. I'm moving up very slowly. If it starts bubbling up, you're moving it, you've got too much coming out. See, I did the outline of one of the wings, and I'll hold that up so you can see it. Can you see that? There's the shape of that one. Now I'm going to do the bottom part of it. And you need to get it so the amount of drag on the paper equals how fast it's being moved out. And I will show you a boo-boo that I did make so you don't make it. See how I'm holding it? That's a mistake. It keeps moving this slider. I have to make sure to keep my hands away from that slider because I'm thinking, what's going on? I had the right speed, that it was coming out just perfectly. Well, it was because I was inadvertently moving this when I was holding it. Because there's your thumb. This is what's making it come out of the pen. So far I have the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to go draw in the separate lines. And it's just as simple as learning how to get the plastic to come out of the gun at the right temperature so that it's not all wiggly, it's straight. let it touch the paper, and then draw. And when you get to the other edge, you hold for just a second so it'll fuse. So I've got these bars in. See if those bars? And now I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the bottom. Get the bottom one down here. There's 1, 2, 3. And something else I wanted to tell you. When you drag the pen this way, you have more control. If you start going back the other way, you can forget it. Just write that off. It's not going to work. So because there's not enough bars in here, I've got those ones. I have to make sure I come and do these bars so I attach them all together. They're just going to break off. So I'm going to come in here and put the outside bar on here. There's 1. That's for the top one. Now I'm going to do the bottom one. Okay. So you can see that this wing is all done. The mistake I made was taking the wing off the paper. Leave it on the paper because there's nothing for it to hang on to. And I'm going to draw the second. Hang on 1 second. That's not quite correct. I have to go down here and put an extra row down the middle. I'm going to turn upside down to do it. And put an extra row down here. If you have extra whiskers of plastic that's standing out, that's not a problem. That's why I have my scissors here. Do you see that one that's sticking up? Right there, like that. All I do is I just come along with my scissors and I go snip, and it's out of there. Okay, now this one I'm going to take off. Okay, so this one, so you just push it with the back. See how it's just popping off the paper? And any coloring book will do. If you've got, like I started to do Star Wars and I thought, ooh, that's way too involved to do the first one. Okay, there's my first wing. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. Here we go. I'm just going to turn it on and I'm going to draw that first wing. I'm going around the outside, nice and slow. All around the outside. I'm going to go down. I'm going to start drawing the bottom wing. Get that outline like this. Okay, and then I'm going to come, remember, if I start going back up like this, you don't have the proper strength of drag. You need to pull towards you. Don't push away from you. Okay, so there is the outside of that wing. And now I have to fill in the insides. Here's 1, 2, turn it off, lift, 3, start it. Remember, at the first, you're going to put a little dab of glue in your start so it has something to attach to, and then dab of glue on the other end to fix it. Otherwise, it's just all going to pull apart. Okay, here's the ones on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I need to do these lines to hold it all together. I'm coming on the outside. It's a little wiggly, but that's okay. Butterfly wings aren't perfect, right? Okay, now this is where you're going to put the 2 sides together. This is my first wing right here. Here's my first wing, my first butterfly wing. That's the back side, that's the front side. And there's my second wing. Leave it on the paper or you don't have anything to hold. I tried to hold it in the air and do it. Oh, please. Okay, so I'm going to put this one together. And because I don't want them flat, if I want them flat, I just put it on flat. I want them to look like they're flying. I'm going to put it at an angle. See, I'm going to put this one at perpendicular. And then all I do is I literally just go back here in the middle and I just draw a bunch of lines. And what happens is because the ABS plastic is hot, it's going to melt the other plastic before it, okay? And I'm just literally putting the middle of the butterfly in. And you would be surprised how quickly this plastic melts. Okay, now I have the center of my butterfly in. Can you see what it's done? See? Butterfly, yay! And now I don't have any antennae. I want some antennae. Butterflies have them. So now I'm going to, this is the trickier part where you're doing in the air. You're going to touch, and you're going to pull it right up in the middle of the air. Whoops. And then you're going to let go. Okay, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to touch, I'm going to pull it right in the air, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to pull it. Okay? Looks like I have a floppy antennae, but you know what I mean. And as soon as it hardens, it's not quite hard. As soon as it hardens, you're going to have antennae. Now, my butterfly's on the paper, right? With its antenna. Here we go. I'm just going to pop it off, just like this. Look what I got. I got a butterfly, right? Isn't that pretty? Did you see all those little bits? Those little bits, you come in here with a pair of scissors, and you just cut those little bits off. Just trim them. I've got one on my antenna here. Another one on my antenna. Oh, by the way, what did I forget to do? Yep. Unplug the gun. If you aren't using your gun, unplug it. Remember that the tip of this gets really hot and it's like a glue gun. You don't want to get hurt with that. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut, just trim these, just like this. There we go. Okay, well, it's not perfect. In fact, I think I need to plug that in right quick. Do you see one of my little ribs right here is not attached? I don't know if you can see that. Yep, you can see it. I have to go in here and attach that because I don't want it to fall apart, and it certainly will. So that's a nice thing. Okay, at 147, you have to wait till this heats up again. It's red. You're going to watch this red light, and it's going to pop over to green. Ta-da! It went green, didn't it? Okay, and all I want to do, there's that rib. It just needs a little bit more. There. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Tap it down. Okay, now, and unplug it again. Remember to unplug it. This butterfly, I have this one done, and I have this butterfly. So I actually have 2 butterflies. Woohoo! I can put them on the wall. I can do anything I want. I've seen some of the things on the internet where people come in with their different colors and literally fill these in with different plastic so that you have actually a color butterfly. But I'm just learning. And so I use the purple, and I do have green and cream color, well, it's a white that goes with it. And you can get these. It's not that expensive to get some more of the plastic. There was one thing I did notice on the instructions where it said the LCD screen will display the words ABS or PLA. I don't know what those are. It doesn't explain what those are. Mine showed up and said PLA. I just went ahead and used it, and apparently it works. The other thing is when you're finished using it, I gotta plug it in again. When you're finished using it, you need to get the filament back out again. If your pull is not coming out. This one was to make it go forward. This one makes it go back. Okay. Yeah, you have to wait for it to heat up again. It's on PLA. And do you see what I'm talking about? It said PLA when it lights up. Come on. Oh, interesting. If you push this, that's when the numbers start going. Unless you push this, nothing happens. So in 60, it's going to hit the 180s. 180, 190, 192. Okay, and now let's get it out of there. Can you hear it? Here it comes. It's pulling that plastic back out because you don't want to leave the plastic in the gun. I mean, I wouldn't anyway. There, ta-da! And now I'm going to put it away for the next time. Anyway, this is a really neat little gun. I'm really pleased with it. It was quite simple and easy to use right out of the box. It is the 3D pen, and comes with the filament. It comes with the charging cord here, and you plug it in and have a lot of fun. Here's the box that it comes in. Obviously, you can make all kinds of different things with it. This is a stereo drawing pen. And there's a little plane here and a bird. And I did see online you could get patterns to make the Eiffel Tower. One guy even made a plane that actually flew. That's a lot of fun. But just use, you know, any shape that you want out of a coloring book. You could sketch something if you're like maybe there's some really good patterns and that are pretty templates that are for tattoos that would work really well for this. Anyway, 5-star review. Love it, and you'll have fun with it. Thanks.